guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to see how to create a database named Polytechnic College and create two users, namely staff and students. Once we are done with that, we have to grant all privileges to the user staff and grant only create privileges to student and verify the same. Later, we have to revoke all the privileges to the both users and verify. Again, we have to implement the following transaction control statement, that is commit, rollback and SAVEPOINT. So guys, let's get started. Open MySQL command line client, give the password, and now the first step what we have to do is we have to create a database named Polytechnic College. So create database Polytechnic College. So we have created it. Now we have to use it. Use Polytechnic College. The database has changed. Now we have to create the user staff. Create user staff identified by staff 1, 2, 3. So the user staff is created. Select password for the staff which we have created. So this is the password for staff. Now we have to create user student. Create user student identified by student 1, 2, 3. Now we have to query users who are all available. So select user host from mysql.user. So these are the number of users that is available in my personal computer. So now the first question is grant all privileges to user staff. So let's do that. Grant privileges on star to staff. So all the privileges is given. Now we have to flush the privileges. Now we have to create privileges to student user. Our question here is grant all privileges to user staff and grant only create privileges. So we have to give only create privileges to the user student. So that is why I have used grant create on Polytechnic College to student. Flush privileges. Now the first command, the first question is executed successfully. Now let's see how many people have got permitted for the user staff. Show grants for staff. So grants for staff. Grant all privileges on star to staff at identified by password. So all privileges are given for the user staff. So let's create, that is grant only create privileges to the user student. Grant create on So now let's show the grants for students. Show grants for student. See, we have got two commands here, that is grant create on for student identified by password, grant create on Polytechnic College to student. So we have created only the create command for the user student. Now it's time for us to end this. So quit. Now what we should do is we have to switch to the user staff. Again, open my SQL, enter the root password, select user. So this is the only user that I particularly have in my PC. Now I have to create another database, that is we have to verify the privileges granted to the user staff. So what we have to do is we have to create a new database. I am naming this as computer. Use computer. Create table staff names. Basically we are creating table for the staff user. For now we are only adding the names of staffs. Insert into staff names values. You can get the staff names here. Again, you can enter few values for the staff names. So for now I'm just giving 2. Select staff from. See, the names Suresh and Akash are visible here. So now I'm deleting the names here. Delete from staff names. Very okay, 2 rows affected. Now I've created the table. Only the table is available now, but the values are not available. Again I am quitting. Quit. Now it's done. Again what I have to do is I have to open my SQL command line, enter my password, again I have to create another database to verify the privileges granted to the student. Previously what we did is for the staff, now we are doing it for the student. Create database computer 1. I'm naming it as 1, computer 1 for a better understanding. Use computer 1. The database has changed. Create table comp underscore student, and again for student also I'm using only the name varchar of 50. Now I'm inserting names for the student. My first student name will be Sound. Insert into comp student. Oh, I just gave inserting, that is why I got the error. Okay, now it's fine. The second name which I give is Sneha. Okay, now 2 rows are affected. Select star from student. See, both the student names are visible now. Now I'm quitting here. Again, open MySQL command line. Enter the password. Since we have created all the things that applies in the first question, that is, we have created the user staff, we have created the user student, we have granted privileges to user, we have granted privileges to student, we have created separate databases for both of them. All the things are done. Now we have to revoke all privileges to both the users. So first of all, I have to use the database Polytechnic College created. Now we have to revoke the access. First I'm going to revoke access to the user staff. Later we'll do it for students. Revoke all privileges, grant option from staff. So the privileges are revoked. Now we'll revoke it for the students. Revoke, create on star.start from student. Query OK. Again, quit and exit. Again, we have to open MySQL. Enter the password. Now we have to verify the privileges after revoking. Since we have already created for each and every users in a separate database, we have to verify the privileges after revoking if they have the access or not. I'm just creating a database name Poly for checking it. Poly. And now I'm using the database. The database has changed. Now we have to implement the transaction control statement, that is commit, rollback and SAVEPOINT. So let's get doing that. Create table leaders varchar I'm giving it as a primary key. The query is okay. I'm starting the transaction. Start transaction. Query okay. Now I'm inserting values into the table leaders. Insert into leaders values. Jawaharlal Nehru. The second person, Mahatma Gandhi. The third leader will be Kamaraj. Since now we have created everything, the first option is commit. So let's commit. Query, okay. So let's see what has happened in our table. Select star from leaders. Jawaharlal Nehru, Kamaraj and Mahatma Gandhi. If you see here, the first value I gave was Jawaharlal Nehru, the second value was Mahatma Gandhi, but if you see here, it is in the third value. This is what commit option does for a particular table. Now let's see what rollback does. Start transaction, insert into leaders, values. I'm adding Tilakar here. Again, I'm adding Kamaraj. Because see, I'm getting an error here because Kamaraj already exists as a primary key here. If you see here, already I have got Kamaraj, that is why I couldn't apply here. So you can't apply a name more than one time if you use this particular primary. So let's do it with the rollback command. Rollback. Select start from leaders. See, Jawaharlal Nehru, Kamaraj, Mahatma Gandhi. Tilakar is not available here, so this is what rollback does. Let's do it with SAVEPOINT. Create table. I'm creating a new table for this. Start transaction. Now let's use SAVEPOINT. Insert into values 2. Okay, again one row is affected. Now roll back, SAVEPOINT, SAVEPOINT underscore EG. Insert into values 3. Now we'll commit the changes which has happened. Commit. 0 rows affected. Now select star from num seq. 1 and 3 are available here. 2 is not available because we have used rollback to SAVEPOINT, SAVEPOINT underscore EG. That is why the second name is not visible here. So that's it for today, guys. We have applied all the operations for today's topic. We have used commit, we have used rollback, and we have used SavePoint. Hope today's lessons was a bit satisfied with everybody. Hope you have a bit of confusions. No worries, if you keep on practicing it, you'll rock it. So take care, guys. Bye bye.